Hey Pitmasters, what is up? Today we're going to use the South Carolina whole hog technique and we're going to try it on chicken. So I know a lot of you guys are going to call me crazy now, but there's something about this South Carolina whole hog thing that's intriguing to me. You know, they put the whole hog and they put fire underneath, they put their embers from a live fire, throw it underneath and then let that smoke the whole hog overnight for hours and hours and hours. And basically what they're doing is they're cooking that whole hog, turning it around, putting all kinds of sauce in, and it turns into this something magic. Now, big disclaimer here, I haven't been to South Carolina, but I know the flavors and I made a lot of recipes from them. I watched a lot of videos, so I got all this inspiration and I want to find out, could this work on chicken and would it taste good? Let's go. So we're going to start out with a chicken, and this is a free range chicken, and look at the amount of fat that's in there. Big globs of fat, which are going to render down and they're going to be amazing. Well, with a hog, you would split it with the backside toward the fire, flip it open. But this is a chicken and there's not much meat on the back, so we're going to take out the backbone and spatchcock it like you normally would with a chicken. So I'm taking my knife and I'm cutting along the backbone. Now I'll just leave that backbone in. We're not going to take it out. We're going to flip it open like this, apply a little bit of pressure. There we go. And now we want it to sit up, looking really, really pretty. Flat. Look at that. Beautiful chicken, and basically we're ready to go. So one of the main characteristics when they're cooking a whole hog in South Carolina is that there's a lot of distance between the embers and the pork, which in this case, if we put our charcoal, our big block charcoal over here, we got all this distance between our chicken. That's going to be perfect. So let's fire it up, set it up, and let's start cooking. This chunk is just too big. We're going to take that out, save it for a later date. I'm just going to take some embers out of my little stove. Use those to fire up the barbecue. Do you hear that knisper going on? That's the embers lighting up the charcoal. We're going to add a piece of pecan, which is a local smoking wood to the region of South Carolina. Look at this, a nice chunk. We're going to add this to the center of our barbecue. And remember, we want a lot of distance between our heat source and our chicken. So that's a lot of distance. We can put our chicken on, but first we're going to put on some salt. So this may seem like a lot of salt, but it's got to go into that chicken and season all of it. We're going to place it on the grill with skin side up. We'll put the lid on, leave the top vent open, and then slowly close the bottom vents to have this smoke at around 225 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 110 degrees Celsius. Our chicken has been smoking for 2 hours, which is more than enough to pick up enough smoke. So let's check out and see how it's doing. Whoa, look at that color. Look at that, the skin is completely raised up and it's almost crispy. You can feel that it's been cooking underneath. Let's put our thermometer in and see how far we are. We're at 96 degrees Celsius, which means this is almost ready to be pulled. We're going to flip it around, make our sauce and finish this off. So I got a big spatula. I'll carefully put my spatula under the chicken, making sure that it stays together. Put my hand on top and give it a quick flip. There we go. Oh, look at that. I see some colors that are telling me this is going to taste amazing. And we just put salt on there, smoke. Now it's time to add more flavor. Now I'm going to use the closest thing that I have to Cajun seasoning, which is Chef's Paul seasoning blends, blackened redfish magic. It's got a real big flavor palette to it. I'm going to sprinkle on a liberal coat. That is more than enough. While that's soaking into the chicken, we're going to make a beautiful South Carolina barbecue sauce to go with it. We got our little fireplace going, so why not use that to cook our barbecue sauce with? We're going to use half a cup of apple cider vinegar, a cup of yellow mustard, a quarter cup honey, 1/4 cup raw cane sugar, a tablespoon chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, fresh ground pepper, some garlic. We gotta mix all these flavors together and let it simmer for around 10 minutes. We got that beautiful simmer, and you know you have the right consistency when you get that slow syrupy bubble. Now we take it off the stove and we prepare our chicken to put our sauce on. This looks just like those whole hogs that have been smoking for hours and hours. I think we've achieved what we set out to achieve, except for the pulling part. We need to still do that. We're basically shredding the chicken in its skin, taking out some of those bones. Now we're going to add our barbecue sauce. We got to take this chicken off, but it's ready to pull. Carefully so it doesn't fall apart. Slide it onto the plate. And look at that. That's South Carolina smoked chicken. And the first thing that I want to do right now is get my fork in there. Take some of that pulled chicken, look at that, with the sauce and that rub. Smoked for 2 hours with the sauce and that barbecue rub. There we go. That's just crazy. If they cook like this in South Carolina, that's it. I'm moving over there. Whoa, this is really good. What stands out for me is that salty, brined, smoked flavor of the chicken together with that mustard. A real classic. Get a little bit more. That is really good. You guys need to try this. You need to try this method. If you want to get anywhere close near the whole hog experience in South Carolina without doing a whole hog, but you know, getting that proper experience, there's a lot of technique that goes in that makes this chicken taste so good.
This is really that good?
It's really that good. It's really that good. You need to try this. This is really that good. This is really crazy good. It's a bit of insane good. This is like next level good. It was so juicy, all of the fat ran it down right in there. And then coming together with that smoke flavor, that Cajun seasoning, that South Carolina barbecue sauce. Fantastic. They got this thing figured out. It's absolutely fantastic. Of course it's the barbecue sauce, which is really great. And of course it's a seasoning, but there's a big part in there which is technique. And we had a lot of distance between our charcoal and the chicken, which created this dry smoke with that pecan, which is very, very specific. Then putting on salt and having it brine while we're smoking it. This technique really stands out. Well, I hope you guys got excited about this recipe as I did. You know, I don't have any more words to give you that will express how I feel about this, so I recommend you guys go and try it. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up and a comment down below. If you live in South Carolina, I want to know if I did it justice or not. And I want to say a big thank you to our Patreons, of course, and our YouTube members. But today, especially for the people that are translating these YouTube videos, you guys doing an amazing job for your country, man, and keep doing that. If you want to find out how you can help translate these videos, put the subtitles in. We would love to have Spanish, for instance, or German. Please do so. The link is down below in the video description. See you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.